Hello.
Hello, hello, beautiful Miruna.
Hello, my beautiful Macy. Hello, beautiful souls watching us. So happy to be
Exactly.
here.
Welcome to episode 24.
24.
Amazing, guys. Wow, it's becoming more intense for each
Yeah,
that we're experiencing right now in our life and our seasons. And we just feel so blessed to share whatever needs to be shared with you guys. And it's truly a gift and a blessing for us to get together and create those episodes.
it is. It is.
Today, we felt inspired to play a bit along with the topic surrounding what is true selfless love, right? What is it to show up to others with care, unconditional love, forgiveness, compassion, generosity, integrity, right? What, how can you balance your personal needs and your brothers and sisters' needs? How do you prioritize along, right? Um, so yeah, I felt inspired to share more about that because as we go on with life and we cohabit with all different types of people, all different type of personalities, I can't help but see a trend in each one of us, not just you guys, not just us, each one of us, we went through that part where we are becoming unconsciously self absorbed about carrying on with our life, right? We feel that we need to take care of our lives, right? Because we've been trained this way to take care of our financial needs, to take care of our body physically. We need to train, we need to be healthy, we need to eat healthy, we need to also have a social lifestyles, be well surrounded, get out, play hard. No, I'm talking more about the American, North American lifestyles and mindset here.
Yeah.
This is what I related to growing up. But also, like we need to work hard, be on the top of everything. You need to have a good housing. Do you have a pet perhaps and take care of the pets? Are you healthy? Are you pretty? There's all those things that come into play. And sometimes unconsciously, we forget what actually matters in a lifetime, right? Which, on our opinions and what we experience, are deeds of love, right? So I want to play along this topic and touch base more with what is a deed of love, right? And why does it matter? And why this is so relevant compared to everything we just claim now, right? To take care of your own life and make your things and put your shit together. But to what cost, right? You forget what matters. Have you spoken and given love and time without expectations for your loved ones, your family, and your friends? When is the last time you reached out to them? When is the last time that you didn't check the time and you just sat down with them just to exchange quality time and love? When is the last time that you put aside your own needs to come out and help someone in dire need, right? So, yeah, this is my introduction, guys. Iruna, before I can dive deeper, I would love to know more about your plan.
Wow. Well, I love questions more than answers.
Hmm.
And I definitely don't have all the answers to that. What comes up when I hear certain needs is that certain needs are actually wants that are like seem that they're needs, like the housing or the food, the standards to which we pretend we need them,
Hmm.
they're wants, they're not needs, right? So the degrees of the needs, I think the more core need that you named through the question is love. Like what we need at the core is love. Now, there's certain people, when I say, oh, you need this love, they say you also need food. Indeed so. Yes, yeah. But spiritual food, which for me is love, is the primary um, core need, and also the energy without which we would not even exist. So when we talk about basic, for me, I go right into that, like the love, just the core need to be loved and to love. And then I think out of that love, uh, we can recognize our own needs and also the needs of others. Really, the needs, the deeper needs, and then the more practical, very real needs, of which are the need to be shed and fed and to have a shelter, right? To be sheltered. When I think of selfless love, I remember when I acted such a way, because I don't always act in selfless unconditional love, just that's just me. I can definitely see when I have interruptions, right? When my mind is interrupting with the expectation, or like, oh wait, but like, don't give your whole, shirt, to the person. Maybe just give them, when actually, when it conditions, right? These are the interruptions. But when I act selflessly, I act with another as if we are one, literally, like as if that other is a part of me. It's as if I literally have a huge family in the whole universe, and the needs of that other are my own. So giving that other, which is we, not me, but we, something that they need, not only fulfills me or makes me be joyful, but I feel that I've taken care of we. This is what I feel. And there is not only no expectation, but I let's just say the joy of giving of my time or of my support as I can in the moment is so great that for me this is it. It's the most joyous thing. Sometimes I actually have more joy in giving somebody else what they need than myself, to be honest. And I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying this is what happens in my experience. And at the same time, I actually had to learn how to tend to my needs with the same love and care. Let's say it was like, I literally remember how I used to take the time to understand that tending to my needs is important, and naming my needs. Like I had the time in my life I didn't even know, like my emotional needs, because growing up, we weren't talking about what are your emotional needs. We're just more like, did you eat, did you go to school, are you sleeping, fine, good, you're all good. So I had emotional needs that I had to learn how to actually understand and verbalize. That took me a whole while. And then with the same care and love, I'm happy to say I am now a part of the we. So if I am the one who's with me today, and I hear a need that I have, I will tend to it. I will tend my hand to receive the love that I need from the source of love that for me is God. That is not separate from me. I tended to, just because a higher vibration, but it's I can very easily just put my hand on my heart, and it's the same. I'm gonna be fed with that love, right? So that my emotional needs are met. So let's just say, to wrap it up, finally, I don't see the separation. Yeah, I do see that there's others, there's souls in people's bodies, but I think unconditional love is equally loving towards the other and self, because we are one. So it's not about only giving to self. There's some people that can have the tendency to only tend to others, only tend to others, but as you check up on them, they refuse, or they don't even acknowledge their own needs. So they don't verbalize them so that they can receive, what they truly need. So for me, that's not unconditional love, because the self is being excluded. It doesn't mean that I have to self-obsess and think about my needs all the time. It's as if, for me, unconditional love now in 2024, it's as loving the other as I love thyself, as I feel loved by God.
Embody it.
Which is a constant practice, to which
Yes.
I'm not perfect, to which I don't always do that, by the way. I'm just saying, if I were,
Yeah.
to answer, this is my practice. It's a practice. This is my practicing this way of being is what truly fulfills me. And it's a way that I have found that love can be felt at and seen and heard and touched
And
by others and myself. This is what I'm saying.
amazing. Oh, you touched many points and I'm like, oh, I feel inspired. It's amazing because I love the fact that you mentioned it's a practice, right? That very often the perfectionist, all perfectionism in me was like, well, why can't I get there, Macy? Like it's a failure if you're not there yet, but this is what it is, guys. It's the embodiment of your journey. As you go along, you won't perfect it. This is what's the beauty of the practice. So everything we're sharing, we're talking about, it's okay to be on the way. This is it. This is your result. This is your end result, to experience this journey and to learn to perfect it, quote unquote, right? And I loved everything you shared, and it came upon me that I remember journaling about people who give so much time and their energy for others, but in a way to feel valued in return, in a way to feel acknowledged or more worthy, right? So they give themselves, but they don't serve their own alignment and their own true needs, so they're not being in integrity with their own authenticity, right? And I like this fact that you said we have to be aware of helping others lovingly, but also be aware of our own needs. So for me, the way I saw it is that everything I just mentioned at the beginning was not actually needs, like you mentioned, but it was wants, but more specifically about security, right? Our mind and our brain that we've been programmed is to make us believe that those materialistic provisions will provide us a sense of security. And if I'm secure, according to that, thus I am good, I am fine, I am healthy, I am safe. So this whole premise, guys, is not sustainable. Because what happens if you keep focusing on your security desires, you fall into a trap of constant fear, constant stress, constant anxiety, because the sense of security will never be guaranteed. Whereas this divine love and selfless love and provision of perfected love from God is perfect and eternal and will never fail you. So thus, when people choose always the first options of the security wants and thinking that they will provide them the fulfillment and the love, actually the true need we want, it will not. So you find yourself constantly in a chase of, okay, when is the next bigger salary I can get? When is the next big house that I can get? When is the next best partner, beautiful partner I can show off to? Like, obviously I'm exaggerating. I know not all of us are like that, but I'm just taking the worst case scenarios or
The next
taking
thing.
the extremes here. But when is the next thing? Always more, always more, always more. And when you are so busy chasing that security, this sense of security, we're forgetting the basis of this beautiful love. I'm not saying you're not doing it. I'm just saying sometimes we're unbalanced. So it's just important to take a step back and realize, where am at right now? What is the energy I am giving into on my everyday life? What is the intention I'm putting out there on my everyday life? How do I carry myself every day? Do I spend 90% of my life onto security chase? Or do I spend 60% and more on giving and embodying love for myself, but for others? And you mentioned needs, Miruna, and I think the needs you mentioned, like, oh, I need to learn how to verbalize my need or tend to my own needs. The needs we're talking about, I think, it's something that is unseen. You cannot touch it. It's not tangible. We're talking about
Yes.
emotional needs.
Yes.
We're talking about
Spiritual
spiritual
needs.
needs, right? We're talking about connectiveness. And just notice, I'm getting to the love, guys. I'm just feeling inspired. But for me, selfless love, divine love, and unconditional love is something that truly fulfills you. Not just like, oh, my heart is all gooey and it's fun, and like, oh, my spirit is like rejoicing. Your whole being
It's
is
flooded.
vibrating higher. So you mentioned earlier, like when you feel like you're in one and you're helping because we're one together. It's a beautiful analogy that I never thought about it this way before, right? But this is what it is. But more specifically, notice the contrast when you're chasing the security desires. Are
Mm.
you feeling at peace? Are you feeling joyful? Are you feeling at rest and completely fulfilled from this chase? Compared to when you gave like not even 5 minutes, a day with a friend or a family or a stranger, and you really just were there without expectation, connecting on a spiritual level and giving love or embodying love fully.
Mm.
The fulfillment that you feel from that is not even comparable, guys. So this is why we're claiming that the source of it all and the necessity to embody more this unconditional love is not only our nature, but is what is sustainable. And this is what it is about to live on earth, to live
Yeah.
this human experience right now. Because if it was not the case,
Exactly.
then we wouldn't feel fulfilled, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And I want to add for me, as you were talking, it inspired me because it came along with a training I did not long ago. We talked about intention. So it all like it bricked everything together. So for me, also unconditional love, divine love, selfless love is not only not having any expectations, not only embodying you're all in this together. I love this, the we, but it's all also your intention. What is your true intention? Giving help, giving
Mm.
advice, giving support, giving money, giving your time, anything that you want to give or you want to embody together. I don't want to say give in a way that you take something away from you and you're giving it to them, but more
No, it is.
you co-creating and you co-helping.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's about the intention. When you're putting all those deeds, those actions forward, what is your intention? To simply embody love, to simply make everyone happier, joyful, uh, be in the present moment.
Mm.
Put this intention out there. If you come to someone and help them, and from the external point of view, you see them, oh, well, I gave them $100. I did a good deed. God, did you see me? I did a good deed. Isn't it good? But in your heart was laying that I'm going to give $100 because it's going to help them. And then I'm going to go on back in my life and go back to my security chase.
Mm. Mm.
Your intention is what matters. What lays in your heart is what matters. And I think this combination with your intentions, your deeds, and no expectations, all of that makes a beautiful result
Present.
of divine and unconditional love. And we are out, guys, to spend more time. I'm not expecting you guys to just do Shambhala and you leave everything behind and you become just embodiment of divine love for everybody. Like I understand we're human beings, we're in this physical world for a
Maybe they
reason.
will.
But start spending more energy and time onto this beautiful capsule of divine and unconditional love. And you will see yourself more energized, more fulfilled, more self assertive of yourself, more authentic as well. It will fulfill you guys in a way that you've never known before. And it will make the rest so much easier. You will understand the true energy of life. So, yeah.
Just that. Oh my God, I love it so much. I'm sorry, you've inspired me so much. I think really all the souls that will listen to this will I I mean, I felt expanded and just floating with seriously, it's not just words, it's the energy vibration that we're in right now in this conversation is so high and so deep that I'm my heart is smiling with, yeah, fully. It's so important that we share this exactly as we feel it and exactly as we hear it in our own paths of life. And it is the natural order of needs. The natural order of needs, I've never heard this, but it's very interesting, is spiritually, emotionally, and then physical. It's like, seek first the kingdom of heaven and all the rest will fall into
Not
place.
the other way around.
Seek first the source of who you are. Recognize first what you are truly, and then everything else will fall into place. And what is so beautiful about embodying and expanding more into love is that it will never take away from the material needs.
Mm,
Never. It will not say, okay, just because what I hear often when I invite this, or what I used to hear, I haven't heard it in a while. I can't stay all day in love and levitate or sing kumbaya, as you said. Who said you're gonna stay all day? Like, why is it all or nothing? All or nothing
yeah.
is the mental.
Yeah.
This is all this because the mental speaks like that.
Yeah.
Either I'm gonna get all my needs and wants and desires just the way I want it, or else I don't want to love nobody. I don't want to give nothing. I don't
Mm,
want.
mm,
This is the mental. The heart opening is going to harmonize your mental, which is going to get you more creative. And also, obviously, it's going to beam a higher energy from you, which is going to attract and manifest and co-create
mhm,
beautiful opportunities that your solo mind, your selfish kind of ego self could have never imagined nor attracted, or maybe attracted it by faking it, but then you lost it because of course you lost it, you were afraid.
yes.
So
Yeah,
because the vibration of fear,
exactly.
it's the same, fearing not having or fearing not losing what you have, the same fear,
Mm,
versus love, which is I'm overflowing and I'm so rich in everything that of course I don't need to experience loss and um, separation or just huge distresses as if
mm.
I'm empty. So it's anyway worth it. It's what works,
It's crazy.
and there's no chasing nothing because everything is here, and it's not just nice words. We've been experimenting this for a while now, and we are on our path to expand even more this experience. It is what truly gives you joy and the sense of this is the real thing
This
right
is the
here.
real thing. And I love
Yeah,
how we use the example of helping others because that's what people relate the most. Like, oh, giving love, unconditional love, I give to others. But like you said, it's time to embody to oneness. We're all one. So it's actually embodying unconditional love. You're not giving part of you, you're embodying it. You're transforming
yeah,
everything that surrounds you into
yeah,
love. So what you speak,
yeah.
what you do, what you think, it's only love. Hey guys, I'm not saying that's where we are. I'm just being inspired right now, but
And this is the
I guess
path
this is the ultimate goal.
where we're
It's
going. This is the invitation. This is the
it's an
invitation.
invitation. And it's such a great reminder, I think, for both of us, because seriously, when we part ways, crazy how the answer to all is like love. It's divine love, girls. And I'm like,
I
oh
mean,
my
what
God. And
else? Since we are it, I mean, the source of who we are is love.
yeah.
What we are is love. So how could the answer be any different?
Oh wow, I love
Like
this.
seriously, it's all we are is not that only all we need is love, because all we are is love. So it's the path to return home to what we are and who we are is this is really the same for all.
Yeah.
It is an invitation, it's not an obligation. It is a different rhythm for all. And yeah, embodying love totally. It's not giving. It's I like sharing actually. I like to say share because to share is kind of like to share from what is
Everybody has
already
access.
there. Yeah, like it's not like I give you because you
Mhm.
don't have it. Not that you don't have it, is that I'm helping you to recognize it. Kind of this is what I feel when I give, let's say, or when I intend a giving of vibration or sharing of vibration, as if I decide to vibrate in unconditional love, and then I share it with you in heart and words, and then you suddenly, you're who you are is like, oh my god, and then you have the impression that let's say I gave you something maybe, but truly you just vibrated, you remembered, you
Yeah.
kind of, you returned.
Yeah.
It's already in you, and it's, again, it's not just to say it, it's an actuality.
Yeah.
The original energy of us all is
So
love. We're made of the same thing, same
this
blood.
is
You know, I like
crazy.
the thing with the blood. You know, when we cut each other, it's red.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, you're from Africa, you're from Colombia, you're from Romania, you're from, that doesn't matter. You're gonna bleed red,
So
is literally. So it's kind of like
crazy.
our spiritual blood is
It's
that.
Oh my goodness. And our mental makes us think we're so separate, so different. So
Yeah,
we fall
yeah.
into that. It's crazy that I want to conclude because I feel like next episode would lovingly be about how to embody love. I would love to hear more about your practice, my practice, and
Me
to give some
too.
concrete examples because I know sometimes we talk about some certain concepts and we don't realize it because we did the part, but I am aware that perhaps some people they're like, well, Macy, I know everything you're saying, but now how do I do it? So
Yeah,
we really hope that we can give practical practices here. And I want to conclude by saying that do everything with love. We're not asking you to forget about your security chase because you still have to, transcend those to understand what we're talking about. We're not expecting you to only help 100% of your time and just be naked in the streets, obviously, and everything. No, but do everything you do on a daily basis in a small scale, do it with love. And we're going to dive deeper with that on our next episode because time is fleeting and
I
it's
can't wait.
it was oh yeah.
I can't wait.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
thank you,
much.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys and gals, beautiful souls.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. See you next episode.
Blessings. We'll see you
Bye.
next time.